G'day guys, my name's Dave Trent and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Blink-182's new single, Bored to Death. So in classic Blink-182 fashion, this is a fairly straightforward pop-punk song. In my opinion, it sounds like Plus 44, but regardless, I'm a fan of this track and I can't wait to see what the album will sound like. So for the basics, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and no capo. This whole song will be based off a riff and mostly power chords. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then I suggest you head to guitarzerotohero.com and pick up my free guitar ebook. Okay, so let's jump into the intro/verse. Now this riff is really easy, and you're going to start your finger positioning with your middle finger here on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So you're going to hit the open A string twice, and then you're going to hit the 4th string with your middle finger on 2nd fret. So it'll sound like this. And the picking for that should be down, down, up. Now you repeat that twice, so it'll sound like this. And a bit slower. Now for our next positioning, and all you'll do is you'll take your ring finger here and you'll place that onto the 3rd fret of the 5th string. You're still going to keep your middle finger here on the 2nd fret of the 4th string as well. So you almost have the start of a C chord shape. And you're going to do the same. You're going to hit the 5th string twice and then hit the 4th string like this. And you do that twice. So from that position, all you're going to do is you're going to take your index finger and you're going to place it on the 1st fret of the 6th string. And you're going to keep your middle and ring finger where they are. So for the next 3 notes, you're going to hit the 6th string twice, and then you're going to hit the 4th string. And that's going to be a down, down, up picking pattern as well. So, like that. After those 3 notes, you're going to lift your middle finger up off the string, and you're going to be hitting 6th string twice, and the open 4th string once. And the next set of notes is going to be 6th string twice, and then 5th string once. Again, with a down, down, up. And then after that, we return to 6th string twice and 4th string once, with again the 4th string open. And altogether, that last section sounds like this. And in total, our intro/verse riff will sound like this at 75 and 100% speed. So that's it for the intro/verse riff. Now we get to the pre-chorus riff, and it's going to be fairly easy. So for the start of this pre-chorus, you can take your index finger and you're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then you're going to do the down, down, up picking pattern 4 times. So 2 downs on the 5th string and 1 up on the 4th string. And it'll sound like this. And then our next position will be middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and our pinky on the 5th fret of the 4th string. And we're going to do the same, 2 down picks onto the 5th string and 1 up pick on the 4th string. From that position, you're going to take your ring finger and put it on 3rd fret and then do the same thing. And then you're going to let go of that and then put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and do that twice. And that last section all together. Now, if this is going to be too much of a stretch for you beginners out there, what you can do is you can play it with your index finger and your ring finger like this. But then you're going to have to change positions immediately and take your middle finger and put it on the 3rd fret and your ring finger on the 3rd fret as well. And then index on the 2nd fret like that. But if you can, I suggest that you play that first bit with these two fingers so you don't have to change positions. And then you're just going to end on the first fret of the 6th string like that. Altogether, the pre-chorus riff will sound like this at 75 and 100% speed. Now there's a rhythm guitar behind that pre-chorus riff, and it's just going to be playing some power chords. So the first power chord will be the A power chord. Now the best way to play this is with your ring finger and pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th and 3rd string. And this is all going to be palm muted. So you're just going to rest your palm right on the bridge like that and play the strings, and you'll hear that muted sound, and that's palm muting. Now it's important that you just rest your palm lightly on the strings. You're not going to push them down or anything like that. So you're going to play that chord 16 times, and then you're going to go to the C power chord here, which is at 3 and 5, and you've got to hit that 16 times as well. And then we're just going to end on that 1st fret of the 6th string. And the rhythm for the pre-chorus will sound like this at 75 and 100% speed. Now we get to the chorus of the song, and it's just going to be 4 power chords. So our first power chord is going to be the C power chord there, with our root note on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Then our next one's going to be G, with the root note on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. The 3rd chord in this chorus is the A power chord, which is at 5th and 7th, root note on the 5th fret of the 6th string. And then our last chord of this chorus is 1 and 3, the F power chord there. Now, our strumming pattern is going to go something like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And a bit slower. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, after that 4th up strum, you're just going to want to mute the strings in that tiny break that we have. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice that small little break where I mute all the strings. Now an effective way to do that is just to lift your fretting hand off the strings, not push down, just for that tiny little gap, and that will ensure that your strings don't ring out. Each chord's going to have one strumming pattern, and in total it'll sound like this. Now you're going to play that chord progression twice, but when you play it the second time, when you get to that F power chord, you're just going to strum it once. No strumming pattern there. So when we get to the second verse, the only additional thing that we have here is palm muting for the rhythm guitar. And it's going to go something like this. We start with the A power chord using our ring and pinky finger on the 2nd fret here. And we're going to play that 8 times palm muted. And then we're going to go to our C power chord here, play that 8 times. And then we're going to go to the F power chord here on the 6th string and play that 16 times. And altogether, that rhythm guitar will sound like this in the second verse. Second pre-chorus is going to be exactly the same in terms of the riff. The rhythm guitar, however, is just going to be ringing each power chord out. So we start with the A power chord here, and we're just going to ring that out. And then we're going to play the C power chord and ring that out. And then we're just going to end on the F power chord, like that. And it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Second chorus is going to be exactly the same as first chorus, and then we get to the bridge. So the bridge riff is going to start the C power chord on the 5th string here, and we're not going to use our pinky here. So index finger on third, ring finger on fifth. Now our strumming pattern is going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that chord's going to be strummed 5 times. 1 and 2 and 3. After that, you're going to take your index finger and slide it down to 2nd fret, and you're going to play that twice. And then you're going to slide it back up, and then that chord's going to be strummed once. So it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next section is going to be a bit similar. So I'm going to hit that power chord again 5 times. And then our next position is going to be with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So E power chord. And that's going to be hit twice as well. And F power chord once. So the next bar will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next bar will continue on from that F power chord, and that will be played 5 times. And then we're going to go back to the E power chord with your middle finger. And we're going to play that twice. And then after that, we're going to hit a G power chord once for that bar. And that bar will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And finally, the last bar will start on this G power chord, will be strummed 5 times. And then we're going to play this stretched out power chord on 2nd fret and 5th fret twice. And then we're going to go back up to the C power chord once. And that bar will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And stringing all those bars together and looping it will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And this is what it'll sound like at 75 and 100% speed. Now that riff is repeated 6 times, and then we just play the C power chord 16 times, and then the F power chord 8 times, and the G power chord 8 times. And that last bit will sound like this. And that's it for the bridge. There's a 3rd chorus, which is exactly the same as the 1st and 2nd chorus. And then you have your outro, which is that bridge riff, but palm muted. So it's gonna be a tiny bit harder because you're just gonna be down strumming everything and palm muting at the same time. It's gonna be pretty fast. So if it's too hard, maybe start at 120 BPM and work your way up till you get to 160, which is what the song tempo is. And in the outro, that riff is just repeated till the end, and it'll sound like this, palm muted. And that's all the guitar for Bored to Death by Blink-182. Now I'm going to be playing the intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and bridge, and I'm going to have my good friend Beck singing on top for some context. So try to play along and see how you go.
Voices in my head are always screaming that none of this means anything to me. And it's a long way back from 17. The whispers turned into a scream, and I'm not coming home. Save your breath, I'm nearly bored to death and fading fast. Life is too short to last long. Back on earth, I'm broken, lost and cold and fading fast. Life is too short to last long.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed this guitar lesson for Bored to Death by Blink-182. If you want to see more in the future, then please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave your thoughts, comments and questions below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.